welcome. What's going on, Facebook? How are you doing? Hope everybody is doing well. Hey, if you were just hopping on, please make sure you go ahead and tag somebody right now. Share this because I'm getting ready to share with you the three areas I think we should all be improving right now while we're in quarantine. One of the interesting things about being here in quarantine is that, quite honestly, it's probably the only time we're going to get that's like right now. So I want to share just three places that I really believe we should be improving. So make sure you share this. If you're watching the replay, thank you. If you're watching the replay, please continue to share this as well. Go ahead and put it on your page and let other people know if you found some value in this. So here's what I'm going to do. I want to go ahead and get started because I'm not going to be on here long, but this was just something that I thought about really like last night. But I kind of finished up kind of putting my thoughts together. And so I figured I would share it with everybody here. So let's go ahead and get started. So what I want to do is kind of talk about the three areas that I think that we should all be improving. All right. So again, please go ahead and share this with your friends. You can find this also on my YouTube channel, The World According to Chris. You see the information attached to here. But let's start with number one, because during quarantine, there's been some things that I know I've focused on. And as I've been focused on them, I realize I actually feel a lot better about myself. But then more importantly, I'm also starting to recognize that I'm better for the people around me. So let me share this first one with you. This first one, as you can see here, is actually you should be improving, you. The first place of improvement should be to yourself, right? I think self-care is the best care. As a part of leadership, one of the things that I've been doing with some business friends of mine is that every week we actually do a book club. So we just finished one big book that was pretty cool. Get Over Your Damn Self. It was a really cool book that we just got finished reading. But I think a lot of times one of the cool things in the chapter in the book towards the end, it kind of talked about self-care. Like a lot of people think just go, 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 go until you can't go anymore and then just, die, falling asleep or whatever. And we think that that's okay, not realizing that that's not really good for our body. So when I talk about, improving yourself and really focus on you during this downtime, especially during quarantine, there's no real excuse to not do the things that you love, to not find a hobby, to not learn something different. So I kind of wrote down a couple of different ones that I just thought I would share. Number one, we should all probably be learning a new skill. I think if you, since February, recognizing that things were getting bad and then realizing when we got to March that this was terrible. And then we got to the summer and realized, no, this is going to be a way of life and a very new normal. I think the best thing we could all do for ourselves is to actually take time and, get to learn a new skill. Figure out what you wanted to always do that you never had time to do, right? That's a really, really important thing. If you hadn't had time to actually go learn a new language, whoa, you kind of had time now. If you've wanted to get into carpentry, one of my good workout buddies, Kevin Tomchak, he's building stuff. I didn't even know the guy had skills like that, but he's been building stuff for the gym. He built a whole bar for the juice bar. Like, the guy's freaking incredible. I did not know he had that skill, but when you notice that you got downtime and if you got time to really work on some new craft and get better at something, why not? Right now, that's improving you. The more skills that you have, the more things that you can add to kind of your quiver, whether it be for your career, whether it be just for you personally, whether it's for you as an entrepreneur, I think that's important. So I really believe that all of us should be learning a new skill. That's one way, you could be just, improving you. The second one is learning to love yourself. And I mean all of you. I think the crazy thing about this time has been people are starting to reveal, what's going on about themselves, around them, their relationships, all of those different things. But I think one of the things that we haven't done a good job of is just being all right with being imperfect, right? So we kind of look at our imperfections as things that we need to hide from people. We don't need to tell people. We don't need to say anything to people. We just don't want to talk about it. And all we want to do is post our successes, tell other people, and wait for people to reinforce this idea into our brains that, yes, you're good, you're perfect. And that's not actually true. And I think during this downtime, one of the best things we could all do is actually embrace the fact that we are not perfect. Like, really be okay with that. Like, be okay with the fact that your skin isn't flawless, that you got some weight to lose or gain, that you might not look the way you want to look. So, I need to do something about it, right? Like, lean into the fact that you're imperfect, but also be okay with that you're not perfect. I struggle a lot of times as a new husband, as a father, wanting to be everything to my wife and my kids. Like, I tell my wife all the time, I'm trying to be dad and husband of the year. Like, I literally am trying, like, if they had that trophy, send that thing my way every year. I'm trying to be that. The problem with that is I have these false assumptions and these unrealistic expectations of myself or unrealistic expectations of my family. And thus, I don't really achieve anything. So I think it's really important for us to embrace our imperfections. Do you know what your limits are? Right? Like, do you know what, like, when are you the most creative during the day? When are you not the most creative during the day? How does that impact the way your productivity works? Do you understand yourself well enough to know what you do when you're stressed out? Do you know what to do to pause? Do you know what to do when you, like, how well you know yourself? I think is one of the most greatest things you could figure out during this downtime. Like, really figure you out, but be okay with the imperfection. Don't look at all your imperfections and go, oh, I got to make this better, make this better, make this better. No, we're all striving for perfection, but also knowing I'm never going to be perfect, right? So continue to build you, continue to grow you. If there's an area you want to get in, get laser focused in that area and get better. I encourage that. But what I don't encourage is this narrative that a lot of times we tell ourselves that no one can know that I'm imperfect in some area and that and that my imperfections are weaknesses. No, that's not true. You're a human being. You came out imperfect. They're actually a part of what makes character of you, that makes you unique, that makes you your own type of person, right? If you talk with a slang, that's a unique quality of you. That's not a negative slight against you. If you talk Southern, if you talk like you from the North, if if you've got a little bit of, island in your voice, whatever, those aren't imperfections. Those aren't like a negative slight. And you don't change those things about you. Some imperfections don't need to be changed. They actually are kind of a unique quality about you that make you interesting to other people, that make the world better, because we know we're a melting pot. We're not everybody's one way or this ideal version that whatever images we've been put on. Don't worry about that stuff. Like, be all right with being imperfect, but learn to love yourself while you do it. The other one, when it comes to embracing you, I would say is read something. Like, really read something. Like, during this downtime, read something. I don't care. Like, get audible.com. Like, we spend money on a lot of stuff. We got so many apps now for all these premium TV channels. Your bill is sky high on Apple and everything else that Google Play, right? Drop some of that money off of some of them channels. And why don't you invest in audible.com or buying a new book, right? If you're going to spend the $12 or whatever it is for an app to watch a bunch of TV shows, why don't you take that same $12 a month and then go buy a new book? So for me, I've already read 3 books this year so far. There's 2 other books that I'm reading. Let me grab it. Or actually 3 other books that I'm reading right now. Because I'm focused on, getting better. I want to be better as far as leading other people. And I'm taking the CEO mentality route. So I've actually spent time, and I'm still doing it, and booking appointments with people that I know are CEOs. And I'm sitting down and asking them questions about their daily routines, what they're doing, how they focus, what they do. So I got 3 recommendations of books. I've got 2 of them here. I'll tell you about my third one. This first one is called The Ideal Team Player. Might be a little hard to see just because of the light, but The Ideal Team Player is one that was given to me by Patrick Lencioni. The second one is one as well. How to recognize and cultivate 3 essential virtues, which I think is really cool. This other one is a Patrick Lencioni book, The Advantage, which I'm reading. This one is Why Organizational Health Trumps Everything Else in Business. And then there's another one that I'm reading, Changing the Way We Change. This one's by Jeanne Marsh. I think I'm saying her name right. Janine Marsh. LaMarche, excuse me. Gaining Control of Major Operational Change. And I'm reading those for me. I'm reading these books because there's things that I want to do that I'm looking to make myself better in, right? I think those are really, really important. But read something. Take those extra dollars that you have and go invest in your brain and in a book. Books are still very valuable. It's not a lost art. People are still writing books. People are still writing about leadership and fundamentals and everything else. So better yourself during this downtime. The other 2 I think kind of go together. Getting in the gym and eating better. These are all about you, right? Like, so, get in the gym for yourself. I don't care what your gym is, by the way. If you're not going to a physical gym, you have a home, you got a carport, you got a garage, you have a driveway, you have a backyard, you have a playground area. If you're in an apartment, you have streets, you have sidewalks. Make up your gym. I don't care, but do something to improve your overall breathing, the amount of miles that you can walk. I was talking to a good friend of mine. Shout out to Ray Torregano. Man, this guy is part of a group. They're doing 100 miles a month. 100 miles a month. That's pushing it. Now that's real, like pushing yourself. And I applaud him for that. Like, but do something to sweat, right? Do something to put your brain in a different space so that, you're moving forward. I'm down now 64 pounds, right? I finally hit my weight target goal. It took me about 1.5 years to do, but I did it. It was about 1.5 years. Yeah, about 1.5 years to do. I started April in 2019, about a month ago. And I'll be posting a big video, just kind of thanking a lot of people that's been along the path and kind of sharing my story. But about a month ago, I hit it and it feels totally great. But my body doesn't feel great right now. I had the worst workout I can probably put a notch on yesterday. But I'm happy I hit my goal, 64 pounds down. Like, what could you do? So, but that also encompasses eating better, right? Make better decisions. When are you the most weakest when it comes to food? Is it early morning, late night, right? What is in your pantry that needs to go? What do you just need to say no to, right? So eating right and getting better. Those things are about taking care of you. All right, I'll move to the next one. The next one that I thought, is really important that we should do as part of the 3 improvements we should take care of is your relationships, man. Listen, your relationships are, really things that I think we should improve on. And I mean relationships all around you. Like, if this quarantine hasn't done anything for anybody, what it has done is forced us, which I think is a good thing. I don't think it's a bad thing at all. But it has forced us to actually have to look at our relationships all around us in every facet of the word relationships. And are they right? Are they tight? Do I, what needs to change? Whatever the case may be. And I think that's actually a good thing. I don't think avoiding the tough conversations or avoiding managing, certain conflicts I don't think that's the idea. I think what we got to do is just be honest and be open. One of the greatest things I will always advocate to any man out there, ladies, put your hands up if you agree with this or share this with a man in your life. I think all men should go to counseling. Yep. All men. I don't care how great life is. I don't care how great things are. I just honestly believe all men should go to counseling. 2 reasons I went to counseling. 1, I was going through a divorce. But 2, The other reason why I kept going after that was when I went through counseling, here's a couple of things that I got for me. Okay. This is just me. Might not be for everybody. The first thing I got for me was it is not anyone else's responsibility to make Chris happy. That's my job. That was a mind blown emoji. Y'all can put one down below if you agree with that. But that was one that was big to me. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I created, and this is, I think everybody does this, and I think this is the reason why a lot of men, I advocate all men should go to counseling. We have these narratives that we got from books, movies, TV, songs, whatever, that have shaped the way we think we are supposed to be. We all have. I'm not saying women don't. I'm just talking to men because I'm a guy. I think all men should go to counseling to start to unravel these false narratives that we have running in our mind about what it is to be a man, how we're supposed to treat women, how we're supposed to treat ourselves, how we not supposed to cry or show emotion, how we not supposed to ever break down. Like, we've got a lot of false narratives. And I don't care who you got them from. Uncle, brother, father, whoever, whatever. A mom who was trying to help you become a man. Whatever, we got a lot of false narratives as men. Counseling will help you unravel those false narratives. You will feel naked. It will suck. You ain't going to like it all the time. You're going to think it's dumb. I did. But I'm going to tell you, it was the best thing for me mentally. So that's the first reason I think men should go to counseling. The second thing the reason why I believe all men should go to counseling is because I personally believe that our friends, as we get older, the dynamics change just because everybody starts to have kids or they move away or family life or businesses and stuff. And so I think having a person to talk to who is not connected to your reality, your everyday reality, is really important. Your friends create bias, so they're going to lean on whatever emotion that you have, even if you dead wrong. So that's not always healthy, right? But somebody who's willing to hold you accountable and that you actually go sit with and can talk with about, and they're not for you or against you, they're just wanting you to be better. I think that's actually a good conversation to have. I have not been in a while. I actually personally plan to go back just because I think it's good. I think it's just healthy to have that piece going. Thankfully, in my house, my wife and I can talk. Like, I can come to her and just, tell her all the kind of crazy stuff that goes through my mind. Regardless, I still think it's really, really healthy for all men. So that's the first part. But as far as your relationships, where should they improve? Your wife, your kids, your parents, right? Your coworkers, your business partners, whatever. I do think we should take the time to really have sit downs and treat the moment seriously. Like, if you got business partners, right? If you're an entrepreneur and you got business partners, like, take some time during this time and actually sit down and say, hey, we're scheduling a mini retreat or something, but we gonna sit down and talk about us. Are we healthy? What do we need? Are we struggling in some area? Do we got false narratives about what each partner's supposed to be doing? Are we assuming too much, right? But take the time to really, like, improve all of your relationships all the way around. Every last one of them. I think it's utterly important right now, because guess what? If you don't choose to improve now, when you get back to running at the same pace you were prior to COVID, you'll be that much further behind in that relationship. And I heard it said best by shout out to Elevation Church, my Pastor Stephen Furtick. One time he said, the thing that kills a marriage or relationships is not the big moment that happens that everybody's got to deal with in the moment. It's the slow drip. It's the things we don't address that are minor, that turn out to be a slow leak, like plumbing, right? A slow leak in plumbing, if you're not careful, turns into ruined, hardwood, ruined everything, right? And it costs more because we didn't deal with it when it was a slow drip. And so I think with whatever relationships that you have, that you care about, that are important in your circle, in your everyday life, I honestly believe we should be focused on that, and get that done. All right, last one, and then I'm gonna wrap it up here. Is I truly believe for this last one is really, really important. I think we should all improve your home. Yes, like I have been, I've taken advantage, I guess I will say, of the quarantine time, that we should all invest in our home. Invest in improving your home. So if you've been following me at any point in time, follow my stories, follow any of the stuff that I've done. You'll see it here on Facebook especially, but I've been about home improvement projects. I mean, everything from our deck to fixing the water issues we've had here in the house, fixing my office. We painted the interior of our home, got my wife a new office. I redid a room, turned it into her office, redid the front of our house. So that became kind of a little sit-in library area. Just every little thing. And we're not done. Like we got some work done in the yard. We're looking at some other things, some landscaping, but like improve your house. I rearranged our garage at the beginning of the year and still got some work that I want to do there. Cleaned out our shed so that we can put some stuff that's in our garage in there. But just improve your home. Do small stuff. It doesn't have to be large things, but what could you do around your house to ensure that it improves? And it doesn't have to be all at once. I think that's the other thing too. Don't get caught in the trap that, well, I got all this list of stuff and it ain't all done, so I'm not going to do nothing. Don't do that. Okay. But find time, find one thing on your list of home improvement and say, all right, we had a sink where the plumbing was going bad, but also the faucet stopped working. So I ordered the faucet and got it replaced. Like small things. Mop your floor. Hey, mop your floor. Just mop your floor. Clean out that ring in the tub with, something. Use natural products. But, just improve your home. Find something that allows you to improve your home. Find ways to do it. If you got a squeaky door, man, get some cooking oil and spray down those screws and everything so that the door don't squeak no more. But just improve something at your house. Seriously, I think it's important. And you'll feel better too. I feel a lot better about the progress we've made. We're not finished yet by no stretch of the imagination, but man, I think we've done now 6 projects in the house in just this year so far. And I got more stuff that I want to get done, but improve your home. You will feel better. You'll walk around your house, organize that closet. Remove a lot of stuff that's just sitting up in a closet that really, you should have sent to Goodwill 4 years ago, but you ain't done it yet. Improve your house, right? Just take the time to improve something in your home every now and then. I think it's so important. You'll feel better. And your house will be more functional. That's been my biggest thing. I want every part of my house to function the way it's supposed to. I don't like a bunch of unused space, and I don't like just stuff to not work and nobody does anything about it because it don't work. That to me just doesn't make any sense. Let's tackle it. Let's get rid of it, or let's fix it. Or if we can't fix it, let's get rid of it. Right. So that's kind of been my thing, but that's me though. It doesn't mean that might be you, but figure out what works best for you and improve your house. So as I stated, I just wanted to come on here and just kind of share the 3 things that I think we all need to do to improve. The first one I shared was about you. Improve yourself. Please do that. Whether you read, the gym, eating better, all that stuff. I think that's great. Read a new book, get a better skill. The second was about relationships. Improve every single relationship around you. I don't care if you're an entrepreneur or just working a corporate job. Improve your relationship with your manager, your boss's boss. Improve your relationship with your teammates if you're corporate. Improve your business partner relationships. Improve your vendor relationships if you're an entrepreneur. And third, man, just improve your home. So thank you for watching. I'm done. I just wanted to come on here really quickly and just share this information. If you like this, let me know. Give me a thumbs up down below. Share in the bottom in the comments after you see this video, something that probably stood out to you. And then share this video within your Facebook timeline as well. This will also be on my YouTube channel. Please go to my YouTube channel. Use the hashtag TWAC, the world according to Chris. You can find that on YouTube. I'm going to be posting a lot of new stuff there. I'm rebranding that kind of channel because I've had it for years. I just haven't done it consistently, but I'm choosing to be a little bit more consistent. So this is just me. Thank you so much for watching. You all have a great day, and I look forward to being able to talk to you soon. Have a good one.